I'm mind melding you some tech news. What's up everyone, and welcome to ROBEYTECH, where I, Justin Robey, aka Robey1 Kenobi, talk tech with you wonderful, wonderful people. We're gonna get you up to speed on everything going on in the PC hardware and gaming world that we can fit in about 10 minutes, so it's not really everything. Now in today's episode, we're looking at new RGB cases, AMD at CES, woohoo! Final Fantasy VII HD Remake gets a demo, and more. Ladies and gentlemen, this is ROBEYTECH. AMD has had a banger of a year in 2019, and they don't plan on slowing down anytime soon. They announced their 2020 CES press conference that will once again be hosted by Dr. Lisa Su and is scheduled for the 6th at 2 p.m. PST at the Mandalay Bay, one day before I get there. Thanks, AMD. Now, what can we expect from AMD this year? Well, that's a great question. Well, the flagship Threadripper, of course. We haven't seen anything about the 3990X yet, with all those 64
#beefy cores
and 128 threads since it was teased back in November of last year. But it isn't just the world's first 64-core desktop CPU that we are excited about. We also may hear about that little gap in the Threadripper lineup, the 3980X, with slightly fewer #beefy cores at 48 and with 96 threads. That's like nothing to shake a stick at. I mean, 96 threads, that's a ton. Now, the interesting part of the 3980X is that it pretty much shuts down Intel's Xeon lineup all up, making the Threadripper the king of high-end desktops. Now, we're also probably gonna get a look at AMD's Ryzen 4000 APU series for laptops that may be even a peek at the 5600 XT as well. That's based on the Navi 7nm tech that we expected to offer a similar core count to the 5700 with more cost-effective VRAM design and a clock speed to give you more bang for your buck. I know you guys are all asking me, what does that mean? Well, we'll find out hopefully next week. Maybe we'll even see some shader tech. I'm looking for a little ray tracing there in the AMD camp. According to some intel that has been leaked from Intel, see what I did there? Intel from Intel. It looks like some of the internal testing has shown that the new 10900K is performing about 30% better than the 9900K in some areas of testing. But that's the kicker. It's up to 30% in some applications. Testing included Sysmark, Spec, XPRT, and Cinebench, with the 30% bump in power going to Spec, followed by about 26% in Cinebench. But since the architecture isn't really all that different from the 9900K when it comes to single thread performance in applications like XPRT, where we only saw 3 to 4% increase. Now, this is not unsurprising since it has 2 more cores than the 9900K, so its multi-threaded performance is expected to be better. But it looks like it's listed with 125 watt and a 250 watt TDP, the latter of the two indicating the PL2 power state used in that all-core boost. But if you don't know what that was, check the last episode that we had of ROBEYTECH because we covered it there. Now, if single-threaded performance isn't really that much better than its predecessor, and the only reason we see multi-threaded performance increases due to the additional cores, then what improvements have they actually made here? That's a good question, Intel. PC case, fan, and peripheral manufacturer SHARKOON, I just like to say SHARKOON. SHARKOON! I want like SHARKOONado. That, like, it works, SHARKOONado. Anyway, SHARKOON is getting lit in the new year with 2 new cases called the RGB Lit 100 and 200. I wasn't kidding, it really is RGB lit. Now, while they are both the same mid-sized tower with identical interior designs, the front panels have different and interesting designs on them. Making use of the reflective patterns on the front to bounce the RGB lighting back into the case, it looks really dope and might be something we try on the show at some point. Now, these cases are more than just eye candy. They offer a significant amount of customization with 6 mounting options for fans, plenty of space for various radiator configurations, and up to 6 SSDs. With plenty of space for most GPUs on the market today, this looks to be an awesome alternative if you aren't looking for a case from a more common manufacturer. Now, currently these 2 cases, one with the circuit design and the other with the wavy design, are only available in the EU for a price of €60, or about $240 million. That's the conversion rate, right? 60 euros is 240, maybe not. By now, Everyone knows that Flight Simulator is going to look absolutely gorgeous when it comes out later this year, and every so often we get a sneak peek at how far the game has come. It seems fitting that we get a look at Flight Simulator Snow Tech after the new year, so let's just take a look at it. Now we get to see major cities and mountains and fjords absolutely covered in snow, and I can't wait to fly around the entire world and see the way climate changes. Now this isn't like most games that just turn on white fluffy shader and say, hey, look, it's snow. It looks like there's some ice forming on the edges of lakes and variation in snow density with atmospherics that go along with it. Now let us know in the comments below what snow-covered city you want to fly over when Flight Simulator comes out. I don't know, maybe Sheboygan. I think that would be a great city to fly over. Who wants to fly over Sheboygan? Let us know in the comments below. Well, the new year came with an interesting bug for WWK Y2K20 players in the form of a Y2K20 bug, where the game's online mode wasn't playable unless you set your PC or console back a day because 2K20. Now the issue has since been resolved, so a huge shout out to 2K Games for quickly addressing the bug on New Year's Day. But still, the fact that WWK Y2K20 didn't work in the year 2020 is a bit of, I don't know, ironic? I don't even know the word, but it made me chuckle. Final Fantasy VII's HD Remake was going to get a demo version released soon, and it looks like a video of the demo leaked prior to its release. And we won't go too spoilery here, in case you haven't played one of the best games of all time, the best Final Fantasy of all time, and honestly the game is like how old? Well anyway, it looks like the demo is pretty much the opening sequence of the game and the first mission. The game looks stunning. The music is just as iconic as it always has been for Final Fantasy, and combat looks like it's actually going to be a ton of fun. But that's not all. It appears as though the demo came with a significant amount of extra game files that have since been data mined. Now again, no spoilers here, but some of the screenshots show some unfinished portions of the game that look hilarious. Obviously the game won't ship like that since this is just a short demo, but you aren't worried about spoilers. The link in the description below will show you some iconic Final Fantasy VII moments, and the nostalgia will just wash over you like a wave. We've also got screenshots of some of the side characters and antagonist, and let's just say the Final Fantasy VII HD Remake is looking good. And I hope you have a PS4 because this is going to be a timed exclusive that will only be available on PS4 for the first year of its release. So when will it come out on Xbox and PC? Well, most likely next year. But honestly, I just can't wait that long. Well, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, creatures of all types, hobbits, gremlins, ogres, that's it for ROBEYTECH today. Let us know what you thought about the news in the comments below. What did you think about the 10900K's performance compared to the 9900K? What city are you gonna fly over in Flight Simulator? Which Final Fantasy is your favorite, and why is it Final Fantasy VII? Let us know about all these things in the comments below. Now while you're down there, be sure to slap that subscribe button, whip that like button, and ring that notification bell so you get a notification each and every time we post a new video. Also, head on over to mixer.com/Robey1Kenobi and give us a follow over there for our live show every Wednesday from 7 p.m. to 9 p.m. Pacific time. You do not want to miss it. It is always lit, just like those awesome SHARKNOON RGB cases. And be sure to drop us a follow over on Twitter and Instagram at Robey1Kenobi. And make sure you check us out on Facebook as well over at facebook.com/ROBEYTECH. ROBEYTECH. I almost said that wrong. Anyway, guys, thank you so much for watching. Now, go play some games. #BeefyCores.